So this evening we are back for stage 3, which is going to be bringing our sand line in and pulling back some of the ocean. Now we will have to go over and give each one of these a second layer. Apologies for the shadow here. I'm working with the equipment I've got. But hopefully you'll see how I start to graduate it in. Now you can see here, this canvas is coming through. But that's okay. The only downside is when you start to enjoy a piece, you think, oh, I've got to go all over it. But the sky, I'm pretty happy with. I've just got to fill in this line here. So this will be on stage 4 when we fix it up. Or should I say, when we come back and layer, oh my God, speak Sharon. But you have to sacrifice to know to go over that, because each layer you do adds value and it's going to help bring it alive. But now we're going to focus on how you bring in your beach. I've got this piece here for a reference. Again, it's not meant to look identical to it, otherwise we'd just take a photo. But we are going to see how to graduate in those sand colours, make it look like the ocean's drawing back, and bring in those little waves. So that's what you're going to see me working on this evening. Hopefully you are painting along with me. You can choose to do the sand colour any way you want. I like to work with purple, a medium yellow and a little bit of white. That way you can get the different tones that you want. These are the brushes that I use throughout this piece, but if you want to use a bigger one or a smaller one, it's totally up to you. I first come in and I add quite a bit of purple. It made my sand quite dark and clayey. And how you balance that out is you add a little bit more yellow or a little bit more white. You just don't want it to look purple when it's on your canvas. And then you can build a whole array of sand colours that pleases your eye. I'm not showing you the full mixing process because you'll understand. If I want it to be toned more yellow, I'll add more yellow and yellow to make it more whiter. And I advise putting it all on in dark to start with, or a darker shade. To start with, I'm just going it to meet the ocean. So I block it all in colour. And then as my brush or the paint is going slightly drier, you want to tine a little bit on your paintbrush and you want to start scuffing. And what I mean by that is a very dry brush, and you can hear it scraping the canvas into the ocean area to try and blend subtly where the ocean and the sand meet. If you look at your ocean when it's nearly at the shoreline, you can see a little bit of that sand mixing in there, and that can help you with the illusion of transparency of your water. It can help you when it comes to a churning motion of that wave. And just do it until you're happy with the composition. Sometimes it's a little dance that you do. You might put too much sand in there, therefore you have to scuff some more ocean in there. And when you add your white lines in, you get a whole different feel. So again, we go over this for a second layer. So try not to spend too much detail. You just want it to help you from a composition point of view. So I laid the darker area to start with, and now I'm starting to lighten it up a little bit. And I do this more yellow, but I don't quite like it, so I blend the tones in until it goes a little bit more white. But whenever you scuff your paint, which means it's very dry and you're just getting a little bit coming through, you get to see different layers that you're putting on, and that can help to the illusion of it being more organic sand or a more realistic painting. But it's all however you want to do it. The one thing that I'm purposely doing is trying to drag my sand lines, where I've got some darker ones and some lighter ones, into the area where I want the ocean direction to look like it's going. Is it's on the beach area, because that will help trick your mind to think that that water has gone in and it's retracting back. And because it's not going to retract back necessarily flat in all areas, you're going to get some natural concaved areas within your sand, and it just helps with that illusion. Now you can you don't want to overcommit. If you do, you just come back in with your darker shades or lighter shades depending on what you want in. But each time I'm trying to scuff it into that ocean a little bit, because I knew that I brought my ocean too far forward, but sometimes it's best to bring it far forward so you can scuff it back and add to where that wave's crashing. So you're sometimes working ahead of yourself. You just see me do a dance. I went back and forwards I think 3 times until I got the composition I was happy with, and I wanted it to look more flatter in the middle. Therefore, I limited the amount of shading between the light and dark, and as I got to the end, I wanted that to be the more dramatic area to help with that illusion of that water coming in. And you see that I dilute a lot of the yellower tones of the sand, and it goes more of the white sand, and that's what I bond with or I enjoy, and that's currently what I'm doing. And again, just sticking with the same colours, any spare paint I had left went into my art journal at the side, and you will see me do a little bit of that because that will help, one, reduce your waste, two, create some nice backdrops for some art journals. Anyway, I did a voiceover for this one rather than talking as I was really in real time, mainly because I just wanted to zone out, and I'm sorry I'm chewing gum, you can see it in the corner. I tried editing a lot of that out, but I was just really in the zone with going backwards and forwards with this. I just had a conversation with my nail, so I was quite content and just wanted to get myself into my art. Scuffing, you can still see some of that ocean coming through. I knew I'd be doing some more work on it, bringing the ocean back into it, but just trying to get where I wanted the waves to be breaking onto that shoreline. You'll then see me come in with just a little bit of white, it's an off-white, and mapping out where I feel the waves and the foam will be. Again, I wanted the piece to look quite tranquil, and I wanted the majority of the wave lapping to be just in that foreground of the beach coming towards you. And so I did a little happy dance until I got the balance, and I wanted to whiten the corners of both edges more to help with the illusion that maybe that's a slightly drier area, or maybe the sun's catching it in a certain angle. Sorry for my gormless face there as I'm there. Oh gosh, aren't you your own worst critics? Anyway, if you've been watching, if you're watching this one and think, what is this, Sharon? This is part of a 6-part mini-series where I'm just showing my process of how I break down my pieces. I'm hoping that you potentially may learn something from this if you're fairly new to acrylic painting, and maybe you'll give it a go and paint along with me. If it's not what you enjoy on my channel, that's fine. Just leave me any comments. Just be kind. We're a human being at the end of this. If there's any of my artwork that you have seen done that you say, hey, I really would like you to do it in a tutorial in this format so I can paint along with you and I can understand your thought processes. Now, I am not putting this out here to say, hey, I'm the best artist out there. It's just that there are some very loyal people who's been very supportive of my channel, and you've asked for this kind of work, and until I can bring my resin out of here, this is me going back to brushwork, which I absolutely love, and I am on a learning journey, and part of me helping me with my mind, body and soul and mental wellness is doing my art. And also art was there to help me at a time when I really needed to quieten the mind. So my channel is all about sharing and encouraging people to give it a go, to hopefully, one, be really proud of the improvements that you do. Two, understand that when you break down some processes, anybody can paint to a degree, and it's all about just practice, and practice makes perfect. And that's what I enjoy doing, practicing and sharing it. So you get to see my real work, warts and all. And what I mean by that is I'm incredibly proud of each piece that I share with you because I've learned something. I've learned something about myself, and I've learned something about a technique that I want to take into a new piece. Anyway, I sounded like I was digressing there. I'll get off my soapbox. You've seen me do the lines there. I'm bringing in my ocean. That's most of this part done. I'll show you at the end how it looks, so you can start to see the composition really coming together. And then what we do from here in is we repeat it again. We go back to the sky and we finish off all the areas there. We go back to the ocean, we finish all the areas there, and then we come back to this piece and add that white foam so it looks lush, in my opinion. I see the end result, so I know what it looks like. But thumbs up, subscribe, share. Comments are always welcome. Thank you for your support. Thank you for any comments. Thank you for allowing me to find my way in my new part of the world, which is the amazing Canberra in Australia. And if you've got any requests, let me know. And apologies for not getting back to you with the comments. I will do soon. I'm just trying to get my life back in order and start to share art with you. So yeah, other than that, I hope you watch the other 3 parts of this series, and I'll speak to you again soon. So have a wonderful day and have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.